As a cult creator, we don't just make money building communities, but we have 6 different ways that we profit, call them profit pipelines that you can get from a paid community. So if you're building on Skool, even if you're building on Kajabi, it's the same principles. But check this out. There's 6 cheeky ways to make money with your community, 3 of which I guarantee you've never thought of. So here we go. Okay, the first super obvious way to make money with your Skool, with your community, is by charging for it, right? So this is one of our favorite mentors, Travis Sago. Right now, his is $1,999 per year. So you just pay, it's payment gated. Do you want in? Pay, now you're in, right? Obviously, that's a great way to make money. Tons of ways to make money on the back end. But this one guarantees payment, but is the least, it's the most friction, right? It's going to have the hardest conversion. You really have to rely on the 5 pieces of like picture videos you get and the 1,000 characters you get in your about page. So that's number 1. Okay, number 2, another pretty obvious one, have a free community, get a lot more people. It's a lot less friction. It's a lot easier to say yes. You just need, basically a sloppy little about page, have some words on it, make it sound good enough, and get people in, right? 952 people in Sago's second community that's free, right? But then you can see in the classroom, this is where you get to make your money. So he's got a $29 and he's got a $49 course, a $10 course. And so, yeah, you can charge for the courses. Obviously, it's a great way to make money. But then there's still a bunch of ways to make money within. So whether you have free or paid, the next ones will apply to anybody with a community. Okay, the third way to make money, whether you have free or paid, this is a sexy little thing. It's called auctions, right? And so you can just put together cool little packages and then you auction it off, right? And so you say, well, who would want this? We're going to start the bid and you have a live bid, whether it's 8 hours or 24 hours or a full week, right? You can just really set the precedence. The community is really good because you get to see the feed. It's very live. And so then you can see, where was the example? $59,000 for this one. And so you can see this guy had 6 minutes to go before the webinar, getting my win last minute, $59,050 on a 24-hour auction on my first go. So obviously there'd be some revenue split, or if it's your own community, then yeah, you get all of it. And then of course there's follow-up money that you can pump in as well. But auctions are a really cool way, whether it's your content or somebody else's, you can collab on it, do a cool auction. Auctions have been around forever, but inside the community is super hot. Okay, another great way is to have merch, right? So because we build identity-based communities, people wear clothing that represents who they are or who they want to be. And so Levi's does a really good job with their like All America type of brand, but merch is a really great way. And so if you're on the pro account, then you can have 2 links here. And so we like to have a merch link and a wall of fame. But merch, Skool does a really good job with their merch, right? You can buy the hat for $22, the t-shirt, the sweatshirt, value pack, stickers, gangster cap pin, always sold out. And so, yeah, build for the identity and then just have a way to express the identity. And so you can easily build a little Shopify that will pair with Skool soon enough, or there's a ton of print on demand sites. And so merch is a really great way to not only make money, but also to make that us versus them really come to life, because the more people see other people that look like them, aka wearing the same stuff, the more ingratiated, the more bonding hormones happen. So it's good for retention, it's good for engagement, and it's good for having extra lines of revenue. Okay, another thing that you can do, which is a little bit cheeky, it's definitely thinking in terms of like big business, right? This is a distribution. You have eyeballs and you control the eyeballs, which means then you can sell advertising space. This is what every website has done in the world. Like even you go to a hockey game, the whole rim is advertising. It's all sponsorships. You see like things on this big screen, you'll see sponsorships. TV, like sponsorships. Everywhere you look, if there are eyeballs, you'll see sponsors. And so, especially if you have a free community with hundreds or thousands of people, then you can sell off your links, right? I would sell off at least, keep one of them for the merch, but then you could have the other one be a sponsor. Every month you could have a different sponsor for this spot right here, right? If you have thousands of people, how many people are clicking this? And so if you have ancillary, right? Something that you don't provide, but something that would make a lot of sense, then bring in a competitor and say, hey, I'll, $500, $1,000 a month, and you can have that spot. Another thing is in the classroom, you could sell off a module in here. And they make it really easy because there's like a little API so that you can just import it and then charge money, right? So it's kind of like two different sponsorships. You could have a sponsorship for a course. And of course, that could be a rev share model too. So that, if it's $50, you each get 25. Or you could have it like licensed where it's like they pay a certain amount to host it in here. And so there's two little sponsorships that you could do inside your school as well. Okay, and on the heels of that, there's one other spot, whether it's a sponsorship or a referral or affiliate, whatever it is, but you can also sell a pinned post. So you could do a whole write-up on somebody else's, and maybe it's a high-end program that they have. Maybe it's a lead magnet that they want a lot more leads on. They can have a video, maybe like a video sales letter, and then a big text post, and then you can say, oh, little partnership, right? Something that's going to be good for you, and then pin that shit right to the top, because then you're going to get everybody seeing that. Everybody that comes, they'll be on the community tab. Everybody will see the pin posts. So there's some really good real estate that you can sell off, you can license, you can refer. And so if you just start to think in terms of where are the eyeballs and then how can you profit off them, then yeah, right here is the top. There's a couple links right here, and there's the classroom. You could also even work in the calendar, and then you could do joint ventures and maybe even like co-host webinars or events, right on the calendar, and rev share anything that's sold. You could sell tickets, you could sell on the back end. And so just look at wherever there's eyeballs, you can make money. And that's the power of a community. There's so many ways, so many doors to the candy store. So let's go get it. Let's go make that money and hit our K a day. That's the goal for call creators. 1K every day. Let's go.